Hello, you join us here on the last day of EW Europe. We've had quite an interesting few days. We've been able to listen to some of the speakers in the conference and also get around some of the booths here and speak to some of the industry professionals. I'm here with Tim Fish, once again, the editor of Digital Battlespace. He's been roaming the halls and also listening to the speakers. Tim, maybe you can tell us about some of the most interesting subjects and trends that you've possibly heard this week.
Yeah, one of the highlights of the conference was a presentation about Russian electronic warfare capabilities in eastern Ukraine and on the border with Russia. A lot of detail was given about the kind of systems being used, kind of capabilities they've got, and how they're controlled from within Russia. So it seems pretty obvious from listening to some of that information, which some of it sounded borderline classified. That actually these aren't systems that are being operated by rebels because they're very sophisticated and they need a lot of expertise and training. So it really looks like, in actual fact, there are like a lot of Russian troops which are, professionals out there in Ukraine operating this kind of stuff. And overall, it doesn't get as much attention because it's electronic warfare. It doesn't go bang. It's not kinetic. So it kind of slips under the radar a little bit, but that might be set to change because they're considerable capabilities they've got out there.
Yeah, and I think shows like this it allows people to come together and actually speak on these subjects, and also operationally as well. It gives us as journalists and as outside observers a chance to actually see what all this equipment does, because sometimes it can be quite complicated and we just don't really understand it. So, as you say, this is quite good to get that sort of operational perspective. Looking around the show floor here, some interesting technology. I mean, from my perspective at least, counter UAV seems to be quite a big topic here. A lot of the companies offering some kind of solution for counter UAV. They're operating in the electromagnetic spectrum already, and obviously UAVs use that spectrum, so it's a natural evolution for them to go into some sort of counter UAV solution product. Also countermeasures, particularly for aircraft, also seems to be smart countermeasures is the new buzzword, particularly for companies like Leonardo that are behind us, and they've got something called Bright Cloud, which is an intelligent off-board decoy that can be ejected from traditional flare dispensers. So that's quite interesting. Tim, did you see anything that was interesting on your travels?
Yeah, we've had a couple of new products that I've seen here at the show. One is by Northrop Grumman. It's an upgrade to their radar warning receiver that's going on the entire US military's helicopter fleet. So that's going to production in July. So they're going to receive a significant capability upgrade from that. And also a company called National Instruments. They've recently released a new software-defined radio with a more advanced direction-finding capabilities. So those are just two examples of how technology and industry is pushing this forward.
Yeah, thanks for that, Tim. Yeah, very interesting technology. And if you want to read more about it, then obviously you can go to our website where we've got in-depth news stories and also some video as well. But if we've not managed to see you this week, then hopefully we'll see you at the next show.